ladies and gents and everyone in between, and welcome to a big fat apology. Yeah, sorry I've been like really slacking on these supposed to be weekly vids lately. But I guess the last time I posted was up till April 1st. And then I went to Klexicon, and then I tried to get over Klexicon. And then I got bit by a cat. So yeah. But I'm back. I guess first things first, Klexicon. I'll put a link to my vlog and review of Klexicon. There are a lot of tears. It was absolutely amazing. It was, like, I thought last year's Klexicon was amazing and, like, the best experience of my life. This year outshined that by, like, 1,000,000 times. Because last year, like, I kind of knew people and was, like, so nervous. It was my first con ever. And so I was so, like, anxious and nervous, like, the whole time. And this year, I was much more laid back, and I knew a lot more people, and it was just so amazing. And I cried a lot, and yeah. So if you ever get a chance to go, fucking do it. You know, I guess they're having a Klexicon UK. I'm still undecided about whether or not I'm gonna go. Probably not, but you never know. I mean, the panels they had there, not only like the main stage panels, but, you know, the panels in the smaller rooms were so good, and you learned a lot, and, you know, it was just so great to be around, to be in paradise, basically, to just be around queer women and allies for, like, I was in Vegas for like 5 days, and I was surrounded by queer people every day. It was amazing. And then you come back here, come back home, and then, you know, the post-con depression is real, because you come back to real life, you know, at work, and, like, no one knows my Vine references, no one knows my, you know, the shit I'm talking about. They have tolerated it, you know, because I just talk and make people listen to me. But, like, at Klexicon, people fangirled with me, you know what I mean, and, like, understood what I was talking about. It was amazing. So, yeah, if you ever get a chance to go to Klexicon, do it. Yeah, so I guess the following pieces of news are in no particular order. It has been announced that we're finally getting a lesbian Christmas movie. Praise lesbian Jesus. Happy 2018. Clea Duvall is, like, co-writing and directing it. And while it's amazing that we're finally getting a lesbian Christmas movie, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit disappointed at its premise, which is that this woman wants to propose to her girlfriend, only to find out that her girlfriend hasn't come out to her extremely conservative family. Like, I get that, but, like, I just want a movie where their sexuality is, like, incidental, or it's just, you know, it's just a thing, pre-established, and you know, it's not the center of the storyline, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's something I want. I do have an idea for one, but I don't know where to start. It's called The Perfect Christmas Tree, and I already have the meet cute written in my head, and I've done a lot of research, because my mom watches a lot of Lifetime Christmas movies, even when it's not Christmas time. Yeah, so I know the formula. I just gotta write it. Janelle Monáe keeps coming out with the gayest music videos. Most recently, she came out with Pink, P-Y-N-K. That shit is... If you've listened to the song, you're like, oh, she's definitely talking about, like, vaginas and stuff. But if you watch the music video, you're like, she is talking about vaginas. So it's awesome. And it's a tune, man. I love it so much. Autostraddle has published an article, 53 lesbian TV shows to watch, to stream on Netflix. It includes everything from The L Word, which I will be honest, I've not watched all of. I've watched like the first 2.5, 3 seasons, but then it was like, this shit is crazy. I'm gonna stop and watch my own art. And, you know, The Fosters, Lost Girl, Orange is the New Black, Sense8, Pretty Little Liars. It's goes from the gayest to a little gay. So yeah, go check that out. And, you know, just, that's probably enough content to last you a whole year. So make it the queerest year of all. So let's move on to sex education. So this isn't necessarily queer, but it also obviously pertains to queer people. It pertains to all people, and that is anyone who knows, if you know me at all, you know that I'm just all about consent, and consent is sexy and all that. And so in Oklahoma, of all places, they're trying to pass a bill called Lawrence Law that will give curriculum for consent education in schools. While this bill is not mandatory, it does give resources and a curriculum to schools that want to teach it. And so I think that's awesome because, you know, at that age is when people really need it. And, you know, but then there's the whole teaching them about sex versus abstinence, and that whole situation, right, is another hill to climb. You know, I believe it not only teaches about sexual violence, but also about relationship violence and intimate partner violence, and that happens in every kind of relationship. And so hopefully more states will pick up on this. You know, this came to be after, you know, the Time's Up and the Me Too movements and all of this stuff. All of these things are like really creating change. You know, you can see it. You can see it in Hollywood. You can start to see it in legislation. You know, it might feel like you're like screaming into a void, but like you're not. People are seeing this. It's changing people, and you know, having these conversations helps victims realize what's happening to them, and helps would-be abusers maybe reevaluate their actions and second-guess themselves and realize, oh shit, what I'm doing isn't right. Consent is sexy. So, you know, if you want something like that in your state, contact a senator or a congressperson. And also, Ireland is being banned and they're updating their relationship and sexuality education curriculum that hasn't really been updated since the 90s, which, woof. So they're like revamping that whole thing, and the Secretary of Education or something is calling for the curriculum to include LGBTQIA plus issues and sexuality and gender identity and stuff like that, which is huge. And now, obviously, I can't say as to the quality of this curriculum or the quality of the sexual education curriculum in general. Supposedly, they're shooting for it to be the best in Europe, which is kind of a big deal. But I guess it depends on the quality of education. It's abysmal some places. Anyway, so that's really cool, Ireland. And, you know, because especially now more than ever, people are feeling the safety and the freedom and the bravery to explore their sexuality and explore their identities and to, you know, be who they want to be. And so you need to kind of create curriculum and teaching tools around that so you're reaching everybody. Whether that's just changing the language in books and pamphlets to, you know, actually standing up there and talking about it. The taboo of talking about sex and sexuality is obviously a very harmful thing. You know, if like teachers and parents and like adults in general were just open about their experiences and about what they've learned with experience, what they've lived or what they've seen, I think that would be so helpful for so many young people. I hope that more countries, more states can get on board with having more inclusive sex education. Okay, so that was Queerest Duraval from the last month or so. I had trouble uploading it onto my computer, so I was just like, fuck it, I'll just try and do it next week. Which is how I got into the mess in the first place. Yeah, so here's a continuation of that. This now is caught up in this last week. Janelle Monáe's full album, Dirty Computer, came out, along with an emotion picture on her YouTube channel, which is, I mean, it's all just so glorious. You know, it's just her being unapologetically herself. There was a Rolling Stone interview that she did where she like officially came out as pansexual, which is awesome. And the whole article is really interesting, so I'll link obviously to that article below. But yeah, whew, Dirty Computer is it's a great piece of work, and you should stream it. You should watch the emotion picture, and it's 45 minutes long, but it's like worth every second of it. It's so great. I can't wait for all of the Grammys that are going to come her way, all the music awards in general that are going to come her way this year. Something else very exciting and groundbreaking is the right term, but the United States Disney parks, so Disneyland and Disney World, have come out with some gay-ass Mickey Mouse ears. It's really awesome. They're called like Rainbow Love Mickey Mouse ears or something like that. You know, so like, good for them. Recently, you know, Disney has started opening its doors to diversity, and you know, they had that like 5-second gay LaFaux clip in Beauty and the Beast, and somebody on Andy Mack, the TV series on Disney Channel, came out as gay. So you know, it's a very exclusive thing right now, just sold in parks. You could probably get it online somewhere. So if you like live in Disneyland, or not in Disneyland, if you live near Disneyland or Disney World, fucking go and get some of those ears. Hit me up if you want to send me some. But yeah, you know, because Disney has been such a huge place. I feel like Disney has been queer culture has been very active at Disney, whether or not it's welcome. And so it's really great to see that Disney is finally embracing that a little bit. You know, they're using very vague language about it though, which is, you know, bureaucratic bullshit. But yeah, so I can't wait to maybe someday, probably not anytime soon, go to Disney or see pictures of Disney with just fucking rainbow ears everywhere and two people of the same sex holding hands, man. So something else interesting that I'm interested in watching and sharing is a documentary called We Exist Beyond the Binary, which is, I guess that's pretty self-explanatory of what it is. It's a documentary of a person kind of telling the story or taking you through their journey into their gender identity, and then also talking more scientifically or whatever. You know, they have expert opinions and stuff like that, and really just kind of not only educating other people, but I also feel like, you know, helping queer kids to validate themselves and to maybe turn that light bulb on in themselves and be like, hey, I kind of identify with this, what's up with this, and then, you know, explore who they are. And not only that, not only like queer kids, but like any kid, just like talking about identity, right? I think is really cool, and haven't watched it yet, but I'm definitely gonna watch that. So, and then finally, another step in getting queer curriculum in school. Massachusetts is starting to create, or has created, an LGBT centric curriculum. You know, not only like looking at queer authors, but like looking at not necessarily canonically clear queer characters or books or authors, but like looking at content with a queer lens or from a queer perspective, and, you know, creating safe spaces and helping to help queer students feel seen and included, and help in their personal growth. And so that's really exciting. It's not mandatory, but it's, you know, there for teachers who want it, and I'm sure, hopefully, there's going to be a lot of teachers that want that. And I'm sure that there's already teachers, you know, obviously, who are already doing that. But to have it, like, officially recognized and an official curriculum to be drawn up about it is a really big deal. I hope that it goes well, and I hope that teachers, you know, really are serious about doing it justice, and about, you know, about like, and don't like screw it up and make things worse. I think it's really awesome that all this that we're hearing and seeing about institutions of education kind of coming around and realizing they need some more diverse curriculum. Wish I had it when I was younger, but it's good that it's happening now, you know? Sorry, I've been MIA with this. It's more difficult than I thought it would be, but I really want to do it. So, I'm keeping on. Yeah. Let me know if anything happened this last week, or if anything happens coming up this week, this next week. Let me know that you think I should talk about. Go out, make this year queer, live your best life, and spread love.